All right, everybody's here. All right, so have you opened the chapter? Notes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just review till whatever we have done, the basic components. वहां तक just go through it. Just give a small reading to all the things that we have done so far in video. Are we all good?
Good.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So the next part, okay, you can mute your microphones, repeat or I'm Rawat. Nikhil, mute your microphone. Okay, good. Now, the next part is what data is recorded by the VDR. Anyway, we'll see in the black-white the components, what we have to write about each component, the data management unit, the module, etc., etc. We'll talk some more about it. So, going to the slides once again. Okay, read through. Any questions, please ask me. You are now reading slide number 12, 1, 2. Next.
So digitalized compared मतलब
Come again.
digitalized
Digitalized is basically सब कुछ डिजिटल होता है ना आजकल सब चीज तो बात होती है डिजिटल ऑडियो the everything is digital so digitized form में ऑडियो पिक्चर everything is digitized वो बेसिकली बाइनरी कोड्स में सारा सेव होता है जैसे 0 1 में बात किया था ना ये इसमें
yes sir
so
इसमें yes इसमें फोटो भी आएगा क्या सर? Only for audio?
No, everything is digitized. Even the picture is digital.
Yes, sir.
Yes, every information is digitized. Next, the audio module.
सर ये इसमें VHF का फीड आता है या
फीड आता है? Not only through microphone it is recorded. जो microphone record करेगा वो करेगा. Apart from that, the VHF equipment has got an electronic feed giving to the VDR. The VDR records it directly from the VHF outputs.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So one thing that we have to see here is that this audio thing is recorded on multiple channels. Supposing you have the bridge. On the side there will be bridge wing. And in the bridge you have VHF. So first of all, listen what I'm saying, then I'll explain if not understood. There is two parts which is recorded on separate channels. The audio of the bridge is recorded separately on two channels, port starboard, alag alag. Then third one is the bridge wing audio, another channel. Channels on which the audio is recorded. Multiple channels means if somebody wants to listen to, let us say, bridge audio, he can only play the bridge wing audio, and there won't be any sound coming from this and the VHF. So an investigator can listen only to the sound which is coming from the bridge wing, separate channel. If he wants to listen to the sound which is on the port side of the ship, he can do so. He will listen to this sound and other sounds will not be coming. What was being spoken on the starboard side or the bridge wings or VHF, he can mute all that and only listen to the one side of the bridge. Supposing one side there was some noise going on. अगर ब्रिज में है कुछ शोर भी हो रहा है, कोई बोल भी रहा है, तो कंफ्यूजन हो सकता है. So it is possible for the investigator to play separate channels. To understand this, you can take an example. On the FM radio, there is a song getting played. Can you only hear the sound of the singer? I just want to hear the male voice. All the instruments away. I don't want to listen to that. Can you do that? FM radio?
No, sir. No, sir.
No.
Because it is mixed up. All the sounds are mixed up as one, which is making it a song. Actually, stereo जो हम बोलते हैं, that is dual channel. दो चैनल में आता है. एक थोड़ा लेफ्ट में बजता है, एक राइट में बजता है, कुछ दोनों में बजता है. तो हेडफोन में आप सुनते होंगे तो अलग अलग थोड़ा साउंड आता है, which is giving it a 3D kind of feeling. एक उधर बज रहा है, एक उधर बज रहा है. स्टीरियो is two dimensional. मोनो ऑडियो जो बोलते हैं उसमें सिंगल सब कुछ एक ही जगह से आता है. Here we have audio which is in 4 channels. We can separate each voice. If we want, we can play all them together. If we want, we can play one of them separately. Understood? So how many channels are you seeing it here? कितने चैनल हो गए?
Four channel.
Very good. You have 1, you have 2, you have 3, and you have 4. So audio is recorded on 4 separate channels. That is what it is saying. There are multiple channels to record the bridge audio, bridge wing audio, and VHF communication. Next, the final recording medium.
Easy.
These are nothing new, nothing out of the world. You are very much aware of this. This is a normal thing. Like thumb drive is a magnetic device. Like you have external hard disk, again a storage device. Internal hard disk, storage device. SD card, storage device. So these are something similar only, जिसमें data record होता है.
तो यहाँ पे ECR का भी रिकॉर्ड होता है.
किसका?
ECR
ECR का हो सकता है, नहीं भी हो सकता है. There is no recording required for ECR, engine control room का, but it can be recorded. It is not, as I said, minimum recording is minimum requirements are given, maximum is not given. So minimum में requirement में engine room का नहीं आता है, but yes, it can be recorded. What? You can record the video also if you want, although it is not required by IMO to record video.
सर यहाँ 3 ही चैनल है ना. There are multiple channels to record the bridge audio, bridge wing,
Yes.
audio and VHF
Yes.
communication. 3 चैनल है सर.
तो जैसा अभी हमने बताया कि ब्रिज के ऑडियो को 2 पार्ट में डिवाइड किया कि नहीं?
यस सर.
पोर्ट स्टारबोर्ड. तो 2 तो ब्रिज में हो गए.
यस सर. ब्रिज विंग 3 हो गया और VHF 4
हो गया. समझ में आ गया?
यस सर.
हाँ, तो इट इज आगे और आएगा, क्लियरली लिखा हुआ भी आएगा, यू विल स्टडी इट. तो वहां पे आप सिर्फ पढ़ेंगे, मैं बताऊंगा नहीं क्योंकि बता चुका, आपको समझ में भी ले देख के लगता है आ गया. So 4 channels minimum. Again, you want to record it in 6 channels, record it. Minimum इतना चाहिए. Now this FRM, final recording medium. As we said, there are 3 types. One is float free. Other one is fixed, and third one is hard disk. Basically, long-term recording medium. So what happens on the Monkey Island Bridge? There is one bit which is float-free type. It is fitted with HRU. The other one is a fixed type which is fitted with the ship. When the ship is sinking, this will pop open and float on the water, but this will go down with the ship. Both are recording 48 hours of data. Both are having same kind of data, 48 hours. But one is float free, the other one is fixed type. Fixed, जहाज के साथ fixed. Now with the float free, there is also an EPUB module included. Recorded data तो है, VDR data तो है, साथ में एक छोटा सा इलेक्ट्रॉनिक चिप लगा हुआ है EPUB के लिए भी. So when it is going in the water, it will start sending signal to the satellites. Through the signal sent to the satellite, the location of the FRM can be found out, and the FRM can be picked up through the water, from the water. If the survivors are there, so they can also be picked up. But this EPUB is separate than the GMDSS EPUB. GMDSS के बारे में आपको मालूम है थोड़ा बहुत, तो GMDSS का EPUB अलग होता है, ये VDR का जो EPUB लगा हुआ साथ में है, that is separate. It cannot be कि VDR में जो EPUB लगा वही GMDSS का हो गया. No, as of now not allowed. So this is float free because it floats freely in the water. It does not sink. The fixed type, is also fitted with a beacon. So when it goes underwater, it is also sending small transmission, pulses of transmission are coming. So when the ships are coming for rescue or searching, तो जहाज तो यहाँ डूब गई, पानी के भीतर है, तो यहाँ जो फिक्स टाइप ऑफ EPUB लगा हुआ था, सॉरी क्या कहते हैं, FRM लगा हुआ था, the signal is getting transmitted in all direction. So when the SAR vessels are coming here, they can pick up this signal and then find out the lat long of the sunken ship. ये ओके, यहाँ पे डूबी हुई है जहाज.
सर आपका स्लाइड नहीं दिख रहा है.
हाँ जी, यस,
विजिबल नहीं सर,
स्लाइड विजिबल नहीं है. अभी ड्राइंग आ रही थी, मेरे ख्याल से ब्लैक बोर्ड है.
नहीं सर,
ये सर ड्राइंग है.
ओके, थोड़ा सा वेट करो, आएगा. थोड़ा नेट स्लो होता है तो ट्रांसफर होने में दिक्कत आती है. आया? All right. There is another one which is there in the bridge itself. You have the BDR, Data Management Unit. इसी में एक छोटा सा हार्ड डिस्क लगा होगा, which is called the long-term recording medium. This long-term recording medium can be pulled out easily. When the ship is getting abandoned, the ship staff can stop the recording, pull out the long-term recording medium and take it along with them in the lifeboat. This long-term, it is called long-term because it records data for 720 hours. 30 days का data होता है. So making a comparison once again, float free 48 hours, fixed type 48 hours, long term 720 hours or 30 days. In this, especially the fixed type, has got certain properties which makes it very, very robust, cannot be destroyed so easily. It is fireproof, it is shockproof, it is hammer-proof. The data is remaining intact. इसको आग में डाल देंगे तो भी डेटा बचा रहेगा. फायर हो गई जहाज में तो भी ये बचा रहेगा. अगर पानी में डूब गई तो even at 6 kilometers down the depth, it will not get punctured. Nothing will happen to it. So there are few properties that is required for the final recording medium. So I hope you are clear about this now. The three types, slide 16:16.
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay, next.
Yes, sir, clear.
Read about float free type, what we discussed just now. Just float free is generally known by the name of VDR capsule. तो जहाज में जब बात करेंगे तो वीडीआर कैप्सूल के बारे में बात करेंगे और सुनने को मिलेगा। बाद में आप भी बात करने लगेंगे वीडीआर कैप्सूल। So EPUB is fitted in this itself. Next, the fixed type. The previous one was a metallic body, which makes it light, does not sink in the water. But this one is metallic and very robust kind. This also has a beacon inside. So what are the properties of the final recording medium? It should be highly visible in color, bright, orange, yellow, those kind of colors, mostly orange. Can withstand temperature of 1100 degrees centigrade for 1 hour or more. Deep sea pressure of 6,000 meters, which is basically 6 kilometers underwater. As we go in the water downwards, तो ऊपर में पानी का प्रेशर बढ़ने लगता है, and that creates lot of pressure. So if a person is diving deep, सर फट भी सकता है, पंक्चर हो जा सकता है सर, इतना प्रेशर होता है। इसीलिए मैक्सिमम डाइविंग का जो ओपन वाटर में है कुछ 200-250 मीटर तक का है, उसके नीचे लोग नहीं जा सकते। Also, electronically tamper-proof data cannot be tampered with, cannot be changed. चेंज कर दिया तो फायदा भी नहीं होगा फिर रिकॉर्डिंग का, फिर तो कुछ भी रिकॉर्ड करो, कुछ भी ऊपर से चेंज कर दो। Further, it should be easily accessible or has to be float free. So how it is to be made float free? ब्रिज में लगा दिया, ब्रिज मंकी आइलैंड पे लगा दिया, वहां से फ्लोट फ्री हो गया। How it is to be easily accessible? एक कॉपी लगा दी ब्रिज विंग में, सॉरी ब्रिज में, लॉन्ग टर्म वाली, वहां ज्यादा कुछ करना नहीं है, बस जाकर के सीधा एक बटन दबाओ और निकाल लो। So these are the properties of final recording medium. The long term. Long term recording medium. Next. Okay, so here in the bridge you have the VDR कहीं पे लगाया हुआ है। इसके साथ एक छोटा सा अलग से मॉड्यूल होता है जिसमें एक छोटी सी डिस्प्ले होएगी, डिजिटल डिस्प्ले, प्लस एक दो बटन होंगे, बजर भी लगा होता है। this shows the functionality of the VDR whether everything is good or not. तो यहीं पे अलार्म्स वगैरह आते हैं, अगर डेटा मिसिंग हो गया, रडार बंद कर दिया आपने, तो यहीं पे आएगा. The buzzer is here which will start giving audio alarm. You can mute the audio alarm, so a mute button is also provided. But audio alarm can be muted, not the visual alarm. वो आता रहेगा जब तक ठीक ना हो जाए. So remote alarm module. Next, replay station. Slide 22. These are various kind of ports available. Ethernet जो internet वाली लगती है, USB port, firewire or equivalent. These are basically different types of connectivity provided in the replay station. Should be available to connect the FRM with the computer. Next. Slide 24. Reserve source of power. It is like UPS battery installed mostly inside the VDR box itself. जो CPU है, data management unit, उसी में कोने में कहीं पे लगा हुआ हो सकता है. It has got a warranty period or expiry date. So before the expiry, the battery should be changed and the certificate should be obtained for its validity. आप सब लोगों ने जहाज पे देखा हुआ स्टेटस ऑफ इक्विपमेंट देखा है कि नहीं? स्टेटस ऑफ इक्विपमेंट एंड स्टेटस ऑफ सर्टिफिकेट्स. तो सर्टिफिकेट फाइल में एक लिस्ट होती है जिसमें सभी का वैलिडिटी मेंशन्ड होता है. उसमें वीडीआर के बैटरी का भी मेंशन होएगा. नॉर्मली 2 से 3 साल तक का वैलिडिटी होता है बिफोर द एक्सपायरी ऑफ द डेट. It should be informed to the company. The company will send a technician. The battery will be replaced, and a new certificate will be given by the technician. Next, what are the data recorded by VDR? As we said, comprehensive amount of data is recorded. Everything related to operation of the ship starts with date and time. इस डेट एंड टाइम के साथ सभी डेटा रिकॉर्ड होएगा. No data is just recorded like that. It has got no validity if it is not mentioning what date and time. अगर position है तो what time the position we are talking about? So you have date and time getting recorded every second. Along with that, the GPS position, latitude, longitude, along with the datum. Now you would ask what is datum? तो GPS में हम डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे datum के बारे में. but you have already seen चार्ट के नीचे में WGS 84 लिखा होता है ना, मोस्टली.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that WGS 84 is the chart datum, in which datum we are reading this latitude longitude. इसका relevance है GPS में हम लोग और clearly पढ़ेंगे. So both are recorded. Water speed or ground speed. Speed through water, STW, and speed over ground, SOG. Both are recorded every 1 second. In the examination, if you are writing only the red ones, date and time, position and datum, इतना लिखेंगे तो चलेगा, ये सब लिखने की उतनी जरूरत नहीं है. This is for description, your knowledge. So examination point of view, say at least you should write down the data. Heading is coming from the gyro or magnetic compass, whichever is being used for navigation. It is recorded to the change of 0.1 degree, 050.1, 050.2, 0.3, 0.4. जैसे जैसे चेंज होता जाता है, रिकॉर्ड होता जाता है. Next one is echo sounder depth. Data is collected from the echo sounder also. So what is the depth echo sounder is reading right now? That is also recorded as the depth is changing by 10 centimeters or 0.1 meter. Autopilot settings. Whether the autopilot was in manual steering mode, whether it was in autopilot mode, whether it was in economy mode, course change mode. So बहुत सारे settings होते हैं autopilot के भी. So that it will record in which mode the autopilot was running. Along with that, in autopilot, there are other user controls also provided. Autopilot को बढ़िया से काम करने के लिए there should be speed defined, at what speed the ship is running. What is the rudder limit that has been set? Of course, alarm, rudder control, permanent helm, ये सब सारी settings होती हैं, which is recorded by the VDR. Bridge audio we did talk about. Multiple microphones are installed so that the whole bridge is covered. अगर आप एक माइक्रोफोन से दूर हटेंगे कि मेरी आवाज रिकॉर्ड हो जाएगी, थोड़ा साइड हटो तो दूसरे के पास पहुंच जाओगे. So there is no place in the bridge where the voice cannot be recorded. There can be 6, 7, 8, 9 microphones inside the bridge, 1 or 2 in the bridge wing. So the whole area of the navigation area is basically covered by the microphone. You will have one near the radar, you will have one near the steering column, one near the GMDSS console, on the starboard front, port front, so many areas. For testing purposes, there is a beep sound also coming every 12 hours, so that the system can be ascertained, yes, it is working. So bridge audio. Next one is VHF communication. Both the VHF, as part of GMDSS installation, normally you have seen there are two VHF systems, VHF radio. They are normally termed as VHF1, VHF2. Both, whatever it is receiving and whatever it is transmitting, electronically it is recorded by the VDR. अगर VHF से आवाज है तो माइक्रोफोन तो रिकॉर्ड करेगा ही कि VHF में कुछ बात आ रही है. आप ट्रांसमिट करेंगे तो आप जो बोलेंगे आपकी आवाज भी रिकॉर्ड होगी माइक्रोफोन से. But what is processed through the VHF is also going as an electronic signal to the VDR. Both the VHF will be identified. You can see in the recording whether this communication was coming in VHF1 or VHF2. आप जब बोल रहे थे, तो which VHF you were using? That can be clearly identified here. Then is the wind speed and direction. The device that gives us the speed and direction is called anemometer. Anemometer. So whatever the anemometer is showing, electronically it is collected by the VDR as well. At what time, what was the speed of the wind, what was the direction, that will be read by it. It will be relative wind. Next, ARPA and radar both are normally integrated. जब आप रडार के सामने खड़े होते हैं तो उसमें ARPA की भी डिटेल होती है. Although ARPA and radar are two different things, they are not same, but they are integrated together. उसी स्क्रीन पे हम रडार का भी पिक्चर देखते हैं, ARPA का भी पिक्चर हम देखते हैं. So both the ARPA and radar, I mean ARPA radars, both of them, X band and S band, everything is recorded on screen every 15 seconds. The screenshot is captured. जो भी स्क्रीन पे होगा, आपका रेंज रिंग होगा, EPL होगा, मैप वगैरह अगर आपने डिस्प्ले कर रखी है, everything that is appearing on the screen is recorded as a screenshot every 15 seconds. This will help in knowing what were the targets observed, what was the range you were keeping in, how those targets were moving with respect to you. All that is recorded. Another data, hull opening status. कोई बता सकता है क्या होना चाहिए? हल ओपनिंग मतलब क्या होता है? हल कुछ खुलता है क्या? हल ओपन भी होता है जहाज में?
सर स्क्रीन पर स्लाइड नहीं दिखाई दे रहा है.
स्लाइड नहीं आ रहा है?
नहीं सर.
आएगा आएगा.
आ रहा है सर, विजिबल.
स्लाइड 28
विजिबल है सर.
नेट स्लो होएगा उसका, नेट स्लो होएगा. So have you seen any ship where the hull opens, or have you heard of it?
सर जैसे स्टोर के मैन होल्स और ये सब है, उनमें सेंसर लगा हुआ रहता है कि अगर ओपन है तो वो
Exactly.
लाइट आता है.
Watertight doors, sir. Watertight doors.
Exactly. There are car carriers, hull open होता है पीछे में, गाड़ियां ड्राइव इन करती हैं, जाके लग जाती हैं, पार्क कर दी जाती हैं, फिर हल क्लोज हो जाता है. कंटेनर वेसल्स में पायलट के लिए एक्सेस डोर होती है, उसमें भी सेंसर लगा होता है. दैट शोज जैसा इट इज सिमिलर टू द कार डोर. गाड़ी में आजकल जितनी गाड़ियां हैं उसमें पहले भी आता था, पहले सिर्फ लाइट वाला होता था सिग्नल, अगर खुली है तो बत्ती जली रह जाएगी, ठीक से बंद हो गया तो बत्ती बंद हो जाती थी भीतर की. अब तो ऑडियो विजुअल अलार्म भी बनते हैं. मीटर पैनल में सामने में लाल बत्ती जल जाएगी कि डोर खुला हुआ है, कौन सा खुला है वो भी पता चल जाता है. साथ में ऑडियो अलार्म भी आ सकता है कि दरवाजा खुला हुआ है. Similar kind of arrangement is there in the ship also for hull opening status. So if some of the places it is not closed properly, it will be recorded that the hull opening was not closed properly. Next one is acceleration in hull stresses. These are dynamic sensors. as the ship is moving, bad weather, there is lot of stress on the ship. There is something called hogging and sagging. During that, all the metals of the ship are experiencing stress. This happens more when in bad weather. So these are electronic sensors which experience the stresses and transmit the data to the VDR. So you know there can be possibility कि बहुत बार आप सुनते हैं जहाज टूट गई, broken into 2 pieces. So why? What was how much of the stress was generated? All that will be recorded by the VDR. Again, if there are thrusters available, जहाज को टर्न करने के लिए एक तो रडर होता है, दूसरा थ्रस्टर होता है. So if there is bow thruster or stern thruster, uska order and response. When you give the command and when it picks up its RPM, can you visualize the bow thruster? Basically, it is comprising of, यहाँ पे होएगा लगा हुआ, basically a fan is there inside, which is placed like this. It can throw the water this side. जब water को इधर throw करेगा तो जहाज इधर को घूमेगा. When the water is thrown to the port side, comparatively the ship will turn to the starboard side. So the heading can be changed with the help of this bow thruster. This is a blade which is rotating. It is a propeller basically, but aligned in forward aft line. पानी को इधर लेफ्ट राइट में थ्रो करते हैं. जो पीछे वाली प्रोपेलर होती है उसमें आगे और पीछे धक्का देता है, तो जहाज आगे पीछे होती है. Along with the bow thruster, if it is there, there may be rudder. Mostly तो rudder ही होता है, bow thruster कम में होते हैं जहाज में. So rudder, order and response. You gave port 20. आपने स्टीयरिंग कर दिया port 20, but rudder धीरे धीरे करके जाती है. It takes little bit of time to reach port 20. So when you gave that and when it reached port 20, दोनों record होता है. Your order and the response that you received from the rudder. So as you are changing the rudder angle, the data is picked up and the VDR is recording what is the condition of your rudder. All the watertight doors and fire doors, sensors are placed there as well. It will clearly show whether the fire door was open, fire dampers were open, or whether they were closed properly. This information is especially helpful in case of fire. When the fire is there, it spread very fast. Deck se deck, jaldi ऊपर चलता गया. If the fire dampers and doors were closed, the spread of the fire may be less and slow when rather than when it was open. Similarly, the telegraph order, you gave dead slow ahead. The engine room receives the command that bridge is wanting dead slow ahead. उनके पास सिर्फ इंफॉर्मेशन जाती है. जब हम यहाँ से चेंज करते हैं तो उनके पास सिर्फ इंफॉर्मेशन जाती है. Then they change the fuel settings and all that, and they start turning the engine. So the moment you give the dead slow ahead or slow ahead, and what time the engine room was able to give you that RPM, both are recorded. Engine order and response. As the rudder is RPM is changing by 1 RPM, that is also recorded. Next, all mandatory alarms are electronically recorded by the VDR. Can you remember one of the mandatory alarm which is there in the shape?
Fire alarm panel sir.
Very good. Alarm panel नहीं, fire alarm. Panel तो देखने के लिए है, alarm बजने के लिए है. Alarm panel में पता चलता है कि आग कहाँ लगी. घंटी बजती है, वो कॉमन है. पैनल में दिखता है कहाँ लगी. तो अलार्म बजी वो बता देगा. फ्रिज अलार्म, चीफ कुक फंस गया फ्रीजर में, भीतर ठंडी में, वहां पे भी स्विच प्रोवाइडेड है. फ्रीजर अलार्म. हॉस्पिटल में अलार्म है व्हेन द पेशेंट वांट्स समबडीज अटेंशन, तो दैट इज आल्सो देयर. पहली क्लास हमने बनवास की करी थी, उसमें भी अलार्म्स वगैरह थे. They all will be recorded. Remember, the second and third stage alarm was getting recorded by the VDR. Remember that?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
So Banwas, when it is sounding the second stage alarm, a data link is sent to the VDR. It records with the date and time when was second stage alarm sounded. उसके पहले नहीं होता है. Blinking of light and buzzer in the bridge, those are not recorded. Only when there is an event like second stage and third stage alarm, then it records. Rolling motion of the ship. Bad weather mein there can be lot of rolling. If possible, even the rolling motion can be recorded if the clinometer is electronic. क्या होता है वो आपने देखा होगा ब्रिज में कि there is a pendulum hanging like this and it shows on the scale 0 degree, 5 degree, 10 degree, 5 degree, 10 degree, etc. etc. So as the shape is rolling, ये तो ग्रेविटी के चलते नीचे ही रहता है, बट नीचे से जो ये है ये शिफ्ट हो जाती है, तो यहाँ पे 5 डिग्री आ जाएगा, 10 इधर चला जाएगा, 10 यहाँ पे आ जाएगा. So it records. If it is electronic, it can be recorded by the VDR. Some more. ECDIS. ECDIS image is also recorded every 15 seconds. With the date and time, of course. And in the ECDIS, there is an electronic logbook also, which is provided as per IMO requirement. So a copy of electronic logbook, also the image, both are recorded by the VDR. You can leave this. This is technical information about the connectivity between devices. So configuration data आप छोड़ दे सकते. We are concerned about the navigational parameters which are recorded by the VDR. So can you see how many data, how much of data is recorded? Let's count them together. Okay. How many here?
4 sir.
4. 7.
Total 7.
7 and 2.
9 sir.
9. 9 plus 3.
12 sir.
Good. 12 and 4, 16. Plus 2. 18. 19, 20. So much of data is recorded by the VDR. very often on the ship you have heard a term called SVDR. Have you heard the term SVDR? जहाज में प्रायः SVDR ही बोलते हैं.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
तो अभी तक तो हम VDR पढ़ रहे थे. ये SVDR क्या होता है तब?
Simplify VDR.
Simplified
Very
VDR.
good. Simplified VDR. What is the difference? We will take a look at the simplified VDR. What data is recorded by the simplified VDR? Also, we will see what is the difference between the two, VDR and SVDR. We will also see which ships are required to carry VDR, which ships are required to carry SVDR. We'll learn little bit about the difference between the old installation and new installation. क्या changes हुई हैं उसके बारे में. हालांकि अब तो 6-7 साल हो गए, so we can leave that. We can stick to what we have done. But carriage requirement, SVDR, difference between VDR and SVDR. This we will do in the next class. Let us not get overdose of the studies. So we'll terminate the class here unless you have to ask some question. Yes, any question?
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
Nobody?
Thank you, sir. SVDR सर VDR का ही पार्ट है सर.
पार्ट नहीं है, वही डिवाइस है. जैसा VDR होता है वही SVDR भी होता है. दोनों एक ही चीज है, लेकिन SVDR कम डेटा रिकॉर्ड करता है. इतना इसीलिए गिनती करवाया आपको कि ये देखो कितना करता है. वो 5-6 डेटा रिकॉर्ड करता है, 7 डेटा रिकॉर्ड करता है.
तो बट सर SVDR क्यों दिया जब वो पूरा रिकॉर्ड कर ही रहा है VDR, तो SVDR क्यों लगाया?
पुराने जहाज में इतना डेटा अवेलेबल नहीं था. पुराने जहाज में इतनी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स तो थी नहीं.
यस सर.
तो कहां से अब हल सेंसर कहां से लगाए, एक्सेलरेशन सेंसर कहां से लगाए, फायर डोर पे सेंसर कहां से लगाए, हल ओपनिंग पे कहां से लगाए? अगर सब लगाने लगे तो जहाज का कॉस्ट हो जाएगा बराबर, बहुत महंगा पड़ेगा.
यस सर.
तो प्रैक्टिकल नहीं है वो. तो उन्होंने कहा कि चलो छोड़ दो वो सब, इतना तो लगा लो.
ओके. यस सर. थैंक यू सर.
तो उन वेसल्स के लिए है जो पुराने जहाज थे. नए जहाज में VDR लगेंगे और कैसे लगेंगे वो हम अगले क्लास में देखेंगे. ऑलराइट.
एक्सक्यूज मी सर.
यस बोलो.
सर जैसे शिप सिंक होता है तो जो हमारा वो है बीकन वगैरह है, वो कितने टाइम के लिए सिग्नल ट्रांसमिट करता है?
ओके. जो GMDSS के रिक्वायरमेंट है उसके हिसाब से EPUB will transmit the data for 48 hours.
Okay sir. And this
every 50 seconds it will transmit the data. हर 50 सेकंड के बाद वो डेटा ट्रांसमिट करता है. This will continue for 48 hours. So same parameters are also defined for the EPUB of the VDR capsule also. For 48 hours, it will continue to transmit the data.
Beacon also, sir, same?
Beacon, I think no. I don't know exactly, but it is transmitting for longer period of time. It should transmit for longer period of time क्योंकि वो तो जब सर्च एंड रेस्क्यू पार्टीज आएंगी तभी रिसीव कर सकती हैं और उसमें टाइम लग सकता है. So that will be for longer period of time. That will be for longer period of time. I'm not sure. That I have to find out how much time it is transmitting for.
Okay sir, thank you.
Chalo, okay then. Bye bye.
Okay, thank you.
Chalo, signing off.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good day, all of you.
Thank you, sir.